90.3 WHPC. This is Rising Stars. I am Rick Eberle. We're here every Monday night between 9 and 11 p.m. playing the best and emerging artists from around the world with a focus on the local Long Island market. We started the show off with the band Versa. This is a show we're playing a lot of first-timers, if you will. Then we had Kelly Baker. And then Mr. David Froggatt, which is what you just heard with Double Sunday. David's actually from Australia, and I had the pleasure of meeting him along with Kelly as well over at Crabtree's in Huntington. I was just telling our guest about that particular situation. I do like to get music from all over the world, but if you're local, you definitely should send this stuff in. We are one of the only outlets you have. We're out every Monday night, and we'd love to play your stuff. Send me one MP3 to rick@rickeberle.com. That's E-B as in boy, ERLE.com. If you're listening online, it's nccradio.org. We're also on air at 90.3 FM. And you could also watch what's going on while we're playing the music over at facebook.com/Rick Eberle, NY, spelled the same way, R-I-C-K-E-B as in boy, ERLE-NY, like New York, and that's at Facebook. So we got most of what we need out of the way. If you also want to check us out and follow us on social media, you can go at Rick Eberle on Instagram and on Twitter. And I don't know, you can search for me on Snapchat if you want, but I mean, I'm on there. I just don't really use it that much. Or if I do, I just send like streaks to just random people. And I don't mean streaks like running down, naked in the street. I mean streaks like where you're sending people multiple pictures each day for a while, and I don't know. Anyway, so I do want to introduce you. As you know, you've been listening to the show or watching. Every week we have a guest or two sometimes. And my good friend Brian Glick was, I'm lucky enough that he connected me with Miss Kendra Black, and she's here with us now. Hello, Kendra.
Hello.
How's life?
Life's good.
Thanks so much for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So I know we've played your track before on the show, This Love.
Yes.
And yeah, it's been a hit for us. We played it a few times, and we're definitely going to play it again tonight. And Brian had suggested that you could come on the show, and I said we'd love to.
Great.
So why don't you tell us a little bit more about your music and what's coming up next and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. I'm a pop, electro-pop, alternative-ish artist. I'm based in New York City. I perform all over, really, both locally, internationally. It really depends, but mostly New York. And This Love is part of my latest album, The Fire. It's the main single, actually. So, yeah. That was released this year, February 1st.
Very nice. And how's it going so far? You've been doing a bunch of show dates to support
It's been pretty good. I had the opening show at Mercury Lounge in February. Then I performed at Chelsea Music Hall. I performed at Springboard in Memphis as well, promoting the album, left and right.
Do you go with a band or a DJ, or how does your live setup go?
Well, normally it's me, my drummer, the live track, and my two background dancers. But if I travel, it's just usually like me and my drummer.
Very cool. So that's an interesting setup. I saw something like that in Nashville when I was there, where the drummer and the singer. Do you do any sort of electronic stuff like on one of those pads or?
Not really, but I am collaborating with DJs lately, so definitely more music to come, more on like the EDM like wavelength. But my live shows have always been like with my drummer so far.
How'd you get into this whole singing thing?
Well, it's been part of who I am since I was little, really. I have a background in professional ballet as well. So for a while, I was kind of juggling the two. I still do it, and I actually teach it, but like my main career is obviously music. So when I was 18, it just like took over, and I just decided to just focus everything on that.
Tell me a little bit more about the ballet, though.
Sure. I graduated from the Kirov Academy of Ballet in Washington, D.C. And yeah, ever since I've been, once I graduated, I came to New York, and I started like teaching it and just focusing on music and obviously using my ballet training as well for myself and also my teaching.
And you have a slight accent of some sort. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
Are you?
Where do you think I'm from?
I have no idea. Are you from? You're from America, I believe, but
No.
No, you're not.
No.
You'll never guess. Like
No,
it's so subtle.
France.
You know.
Thank you. No, I'm from Italy, but I
Oh
have
wow,
lived in
okay.
France. Basically, long story short, I moved out when I was 12, and I started like traveling the world and studying in different academies, both for ballet and music. One of them was in France. So yeah, I kind of been hopping around.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
I love that. I love the story, and you're following your passion,
Yeah,
and that's what we have to do as human beings.
yeah.
I know of myself being that same sort of personality. I have a similar trajectory, except I was born in Long Island. So, but I think that as long as you're doing what you love and you're making people feel the music that you're putting out there,
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
it's the best part about it is performing and just kind of getting the energy back from the crowd.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know?
Especially, I really enjoy performing my new album, The Fire, because it's very, there's a lot of myself in it, and just
And
like how I
you were
feel,
saying off camera, off air, that you write with a number of different writers, producers, people that, and then you do a lot of it yourself.
It depends. Like I either just do it all myself, or I'll collaborate with a beat maker, or I'll collaborate with some friends. Like the track "Skin and Bones," I wrote with two friends of mine. For example, it really depends from what's going on, and
Very
yeah.
cool. So you're gonna stick around. We're gonna play one of your tracks at the end of this next set, and we'll delve a little deeper into the world of Kendra Black. Sound good?
Awesome.
All right, so we're going to keep the music going here, guys. We're going to play the band called Abandoned Ship and their song Unadorned. They were in the studio a few weeks ago, and I really dug this tune. Great dudes. And here they are, Abandoned Ship with Unadorned. It's on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. It's Rising Stars.
No one else plays more local unsigned bands than Rising Stars.
Check it out.
Send your music to WHPC at ncc.edu. 90.3 WHPC.
Yeah. It took a little bit of grinding, everything lined up and it's all perfect timing. Gotta stay shining, the race to the top, and I'll never stop climbing. These contracts binding, best to read the fine print before you sign it. Pop them quick for the cash, never looking at the past. When the checks come, yo, we gotta divide it. Then we really gonna see who out this team is riding. Best friends, they become strangers. When you're doing good, you can see your haters. Keep your circle tight like a taper. A lot of fakers, ish talkers, phony walkers, best actors awarded. Yeah, we all winners. My squad thorough. Name rings bells at any borough. Heavy is the burden. Never faking moves. You clowns can't have the circus. Over here we working.
A lot different than most. I've been up on the stage. I travel coast to coast. I came to kill the game with every song I wrote. So when they hit the lights, I let everybody know that I'm good. I run with those. I'm living my dreams. Let my song take you higher. This is the time.
I run up in the club, all eyes on me. Grip in my pocket cause I spend that cheese. Did that city life, fresh cut, fresh kicks. Rocking out in the light. Shorty lit that Molly like she Molly high. Robotic off the gin and tonic. Cameras flashing, speakers popping. A night of fashion, party crashing, Bacardi smashing. You popping bottles, I buy the bar and your little mix of bottles. Guess who's back, man? Robert Duvall without Pac-Man. I'm all over the city like Batman. My life is way different than your industry standard. Touring coast to coast, and these haters can't stand it. Lemon script, cause we the merchandise bandits. We walk in any club, not one person sitting, everyone is jamming. Roman wolves leading the pack, exploding on the scene like Ronald Reagan and crack.
My life, a lot different than most. I've been up on the stage, I travel coast to coast. I came to kill the game with every song I wrote. So when they hit the lights, I let everybody know that I'm good. I run with those. I'm living my dreams. Let my song take you higher. This is the time.
Your achievements, they don't count unless you still living and breathing. Legacies is what we leave in. This the time of shine and the reason is now. Celebrations, but how? No questions. Blah, we leading the pack. Yo, we killing the track. I'm the plug in the trap. Connections, yeah, we all got them. We don't even flaunt them. We blessed and still touring. Never lose sight of the cream. Faces may change on your team, but we all got the same dream. The goal is to get the bag. We live a different lifestyle. I don't feel the need to brag. If everyone's a gangster, then show me all the toes you tag. I've been touching stages, dodging all them cases. Time we can't waste it. No matter the setback, we moving units, and I hope y'all get that. Man, I hope that didn't go over your head.
My life, a lot different than most. I've been up on the stage, I travel coast to coast. I came to kill the game with every song I wrote. So when they hit the lights, I let everybody know that I'm good. I run with those. I'm living my dreams. Let my song take you higher. This is the time.
It didn't take you long.
90.3 WHPC. That was Kendra Black with This Love. It's on the voice of Nassau Community College. Like I said, 90.3 WHPC. We're here every Monday night between 9 and 11 playing the best in emerging artists from around the world. Also in that set, we had Abandoned Ship and Script Keeper featuring Lem Payne, which I got a few thumbs up about, that new track from Script Keeper. Both from Kendra and Brian in the studio, and from Emily over in Amityville. So, yeah, guys, I still have Kendra here, and I'm psyched. So, tell me a little bit about the meaning behind This Love, how it was written, and kind of, where the inspiration came from.
Well, first of all, thanks for listening. I love this song. It's basically, the heart of the album. So the album is called The Fire because, like, all the songs in it, especially This Love, are kind of all about, like, the fire that keeps, the passion that keeps things alive and just, like, that keeps you going, really. That keeps all of your affections, passions, ambitions alive, basically. So it's all about, the power of letting things happen and just, trusting in the universe and, like, whatever's meant to be will be, and, like, whoever's meant to be in your life will be in your life, and just that's kind of, like, where the song came from.
I love it. I'm a very spiritual person, too, so you're speaking my language here. So what would be, do you have a setup for the next few singles? What's kind of what comes next after This Love?
I have a few releases coming. I have a track that I'm working on with Spice One, rapper, friend with Snoop Dogg.
Cool.
Featured on my track Rude. But most likely after that, I think my new album after that, which I'm still, like, working on, is still in the works, is going to be more about, masks and just taking off masks and recognizing masks and just relating to people and kind of, like, seeing behind things.
The facade that people put in front, right?
Basically, or even just, like, the world, and it's going to be, like, an interesting concept. I'm still putting it together, but it's going to be a very comprehensive album, kind of like The Fire, and it's going to, touch based on all these things.
And how do you make money? Because I've been in the music business for quite some time, and I know how difficult that is.
Right. Well, I have my clothing line, the KB Sports Apparel.
Oh, cool. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So it started in October 2017. Yes. And I design it myself. I get it produced in London, but I design it in Italy whenever I go there because I'm originally from there. I kind of visit sometimes, and I just, do everything over there, and then.
You can give it a plug. What's the website? Where can people hear, like, read,
Yeah.
see the designs and whatnot?
So, like, everything, including my music, my live shows, my photos, and the clothing line is on kendrablackmusic.com.
Okay, cool. So you have everything on the one side.
So,
That
like,
makes sense.
the store page and everything. And I always have, like, discount codes. There's a 10% off with the code Real is the New Black. And wristbands with every order and cool stuff like that. So I do that. And I also obviously, like, teach ballet, and dance is a part of, an indelible part of who I am.
So you're doing all, like, entertainment and entrepreneur type things.
Basically.
It's amazing, isn't it? That's great. And you're still pretty new to the game. I mean, even though you said you've been here for 12 years, you've been playing for a very long time. You're still, you still have a lot of good years in front of you. Especially in music, you can kind of do it till you're dead. So
I've actually been on my own doing music and ballet since I was 12, but I only came to the United States in 2010 when I was 15, and then in New York when I was 17 in 2012. So.
And where can people get your music? It's I'm assuming Spotify and Apple Music and that
everywhere.
kind of stuff.
Everywhere. So Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, YouTube, obviously, SoundCloud, Amazon.
Just search Kendra Black music.
Anything you could think of, just go on our site. You have all those little, like, icons you click on, and
My music is released everywhere, all my albums and everything.
Very nice. You gonna stick around a little longer, and we'll have a few more seconds to chat after this next break?
Absolutely.
All right, awesome. So we're going to keep the music going, as always.
All in all.
90.3 WHPC. This is Rising Stars. I am Rick Eberle, and that was Robert Eberle with Collect and Change. That's right. That's my son. I'm a very proud papa. Taught himself how to play piano, plays lefty guitar, writes songs, sings, thinks he's better than me already, which may or may not be true. But he's definitely doing well with life and music, and I'm very proud of him. Let's go through some of the acts we've had tonight, guys. All right, we had Versa, David Froggatt. We had Kelly Baker, Abandoned Ship, Script Keeper, and Lem Payne. Oogie Wawa, Thomas Priest, Original Gossip, Robert Eberle, and, of course, Miss Kendra Black, who's here, and she's going to tell you a little bit more about what's coming up and where you can find her. Hello again, Kendra.
Hey, hey.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah.
You're a very interesting person. I love your vibe, and your music is great.
Thanks.
And your choice of manager is great.
I try.
So what's coming up next? Like, where can people see you live? Where can they... Well, we already said that you can get on all the major services. So I guess, why don't you just throw out there your website, your Instagram, etc., and then let us know if there's any gigs coming up.
Cool. My, my Instagram, website, everything is Kendra Black Music. That's how you can find me on all socials. Aside for Twitter, which is Kendra Black Live. My website, KendraBlackMusic.com, also has my tour dates, my music, my clothing line, everything. And as far as my next dates, we have Sunday, November 3rd, I'll be performing at the TCS New York Marathon. That's going to be fun.
Nice.
I'm going to be on 69th Street and First Avenue. So you can catch me over there from 10:45 a.m. to 3:15 p.m. With breaks, of course. So.
Well, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe you're a marathon.
Yeah,
it is a marathon. Get it?
Maybe I'll just go.
You're doing the music marathon.
Yeah, and then I should be in California at the beginning of the year. Then
Nice.
South Padre Island in March, just like I did this past year. I opened for DJ OK, and that was pretty fun.
Okay.
And then Winter Music Conference, Ultra Fast, and probably a lot more shows in the in the midst of these shows that I just mentioned that still need to be confirmed. So I don't want to throw them out there just yet.
I love it.
My website is always updated, and my band's in town.
Yeah, and you sound like you're really busy. You're very focused and driven, ambitious, talented. So you definitely got a leg up on the competition. There's a lot of competition out there, though. So since this is college radio, I'm not going to get too hung up on this if it doesn't work. But we're going to attempt to play This Love, a remix, so we can say goodbye to you while they listen to your music on the way home. I think I'm gonna try to play it, and we're gonna see what happens. And if it doesn't, then we'll go on to another song. But we really appreciate having you come in.
Yeah. And also, this remix, no one's heard it yet. This is going to be the first time that it's going to be played.
If we can get it to play.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, so, yeah, I hope you enjoy.
Thanks so much for coming in, Kendra. Oh, yeah, good.
It didn't take you long to get out my heart. Don't wanna pay the cost if it falls apart. Here I stand, I got my guard up, ready to say when fear comes between every breath. It's scary. Whoa,
of Nassau Community College.
A 2019 Marconi Award finalist from the National Association of Broadcasters.
This is 90.3 WHPC.
WHPC HD Garden City.
Available anytime on your smart speaker.
And anywhere on iHeartRadio.
Rising Stars.
You knew that I was going to be the biggest star of them all.
90.3 WHPC.
Like me, I'm just like you, but I don't know who you are. You're like a drifter through my heart, with eyes that see through all the lies I tell myself. Open my door to let the sun come in and land, but like a bird you flew away. Who are you? 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 Gone too far to slow it down, so kill the roots and pull all of the flowers out. Turn out the light and say goodnight.